King of the Dot, Vengeance 2, Behind the Battles. I'm your host, Fano, brought to you by Mouse Media Productions. Sitting here with...
Fresco.
This is your debut, your first one-on-one battle in King of the Dot. You're going versus Roan. Did you have any special preparation for this battle?
Not anything outside of the norm. I actually tried to get stuff done a little bit ahead of time because it's been a while since I did a battle in general. So I tried to put some time in beforehand. It didn't really work out that well, but I'm still on my original formula of what I've been doing for every other battle, so it's pretty good.
Since it's been around like a year since you've performed, is it basically kind of like riding a bike, or did you need to really get yourself back in the swing of things?
Well, I've been doing so much songwriting and stuff like that at work in the studio, and it's a totally different animal. So yeah, it took me a little bit to get readjusted to making fun of people and
Sure.
barring out on them. So yeah, I mean, it was a little adjustment period, but yeah, I'd say it comes right back. You don't really lose it.
Do you have any projects that you're working on that you want to mention?
Yeah, I actually have my project 2017 that's going to be coming out, if not right at the same time as this Roan battle drops. It should be right around that time that I'll be putting that out. So coincide with that promotion-wise. So
Cool. How long have you been working on this project?
this one, I don't know. It's probably like 9 months in the making. It's an EP that I did with Soul Eternity and Nick McGill, the McGill brothers, McGill Original Films. So we've shot several videos and we've got the EP ready, and it's not really exactly what you'd expect from a battle rapper. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Cool. What do you feel the difference is from a one-on-one battle to a two-on-two?
Well, I'll just say one thing. I'm primarily a one-on-one battler, but recently I started doing a lot of two-on-twos towards the end of when I was retiring or stopping for a little bit. But the difference between two-on-twos is that in two-on-twos, everybody wants you to be funny, and they want to hear jokes, and you can't really have too many bars because it gets overwhelming with 4 different people rapping. It's just like you kind of have to be surface level with it. Whereas if you're in a one-on-one, you can really paint a picture for a whole entire verse on one theme, or just tie themes together in a better way. So I'd say I'd like one-on-one battles better. But it was fun doing the two-on-twos when it was going on. It was kind of hot at one moment, but I really think the one-on-ones are there.
Do you ever find yourself wondering what's more to come from battling, or is it just basically like a hobby to you?
Well, it always was a hobby to me. I never wanted to get this far with it, and it was just kind of exciting every chance and opportunity that was given to me. It's just like I wanted to be able to freestyle good at parties, and then eventually a couple years later I'm getting flown around the world to do this kind of stuff. So it was never my intention. It was always a hobby, but I think that a lot of good stuff's coming from it. I think that it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's really good for the movement, and that there's a lot of good people involved in the right places for it.
Where do you see battle rap in 10 years?
I don't know where I see it in 10 years. I feel like it's everything that there is becomes easier and more accessible as time goes on. So I think it's probably going to get worse in 10 years. It'll probably still be there, be more prominent, more money involved, but I think that the talent pool might be more watered down because there's only so much stuff you can say. At this point, even right now, it's almost like a race to see who can mention the first pop culture reference. Like, the movie comes out, Django Unchained, then the next week there's 5 people who are trying to be the first one to say a bar about it. So it's kind of like all the topics have been dried up and people are racing to do new stuff. So I can't really say. There could be some kind of crazy shift in the way that people like to see battles, and the format of it could change, and that could change things too. So I can't really make a prediction, but if it keeps going right now, I'd say that it'll probably get a little bit more basic, but I think that'll make it a more wider audience and more people will like it because of that.
Everyone wants to be popular, everyone wants to have the most views. Do you find trying to be relevant and still drawing a crowd and respecting your own morals and how you want to be portrayed on video with that?
That's a really, really good question, because that's something that's really important to me, is that I don't really care about winning over the crowd as much. I really do. Like, it's important to me, but really care about replay value, because the 500 people, 700 people, however many are at the event, like, that's great that they liked it that day, but there's a much wider fan base online. And for example, I could just have a girl who's 16 or a girl who's 46 or a man who's 70 watch it and get some kind of value out of it, rather than just catering to one crowd of people that are willing to show up to events and pay the price of the door to get in. So I think that I've always been that way. I always stay true to myself. I could have dressed up in like hip hop clothes and said that I liked the hip hop music and stuff that I really didn't, but I never did that. I just always was myself, and that's kind of why people either like me or hate me because of that. But I think it's important. And
Sure.
I think
too, that's going to help you have your own identity, you know, because you choose not to portray a specific image or a certain niche. What do you feel to date is your best battle?
Well, a lot of my best battles are ones that I technically lost in person, but you go back and like people online, they love my performances in them. They think that I won. And it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who won what. Some of my favorite battles that I was in is against Solcon and Kid Twist. Those were both great. I lost both of those technically, but they were both good, really good performances. And then my favorite one that I've done is probably versus Mr. Biscuit that not a lot of people have seen.
Check that out.
Yeah, check it out. It came out on some like off-brand YouTube channel because some other rap league was falling apart at the time. So it came out on some random channel. Nobody could find it. It's only got 20,000 views or something. But that's my favorite performance. I went to Catholic school and stuff, so I battled against a Catholic rapper, and it was pretty intense. So
if you could go back in time, you know, if you had the DeLorean, would there be a battle that you would want to go back and redo?
I guess so, but not really. I mean, like it wouldn't change that much for me if I would go back and redo stuff. And I think that, I mean, I guess if I was going to say one, like I really underestimated Real Deal when I first battled him, and he was really good, and I just was not aware of that at the time. And he definitely, that's one battle that I know that I probably lost that for sure. But yeah, so I wouldn't probably go back in time and change it or anything. It was actually, you know, a good experience to get that loss, and then it never really happened again after that. So yeah. I wouldn't change it. Yeah, Real Deal's the homie for sure.
How do you think he's going to fare off versus Tony D?
I think that he's going to win handedly. Well, I've never seen Tony D.
He's you know, the Don't Flop champion.
Yeah, that does. Shout out to Don't Flop, but I've never seen him. I like to watch I don't watch all the battlers from all leagues. I watch kind of the premier guys from all the leagues. I don't get to see everybody, and I haven't checked out him yet. So we'll see tomorrow how he does. But I have to side with Real Deal on that. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna take it.
What would you rather have, a judged or a promo battle?
Well, I'm doing a promo battle tomorrow, and the reason why I'd rather have a promo battle is because, like I said, I don't really care as much. I don't want to downplay the crowd, but I do like to have the mass market appeal of everybody at home. So there's a way to rap that's just getting to the point and punch after punch that's you don't have to think about it, that can make it look like you won against almost anybody. And it's a really easy approach to take if you want to get wins. But that's not going to make you an entertaining battler to watch or one of the fan favorites at home. So for me, judging, if there's not money on the line, that's if I win, I get this, you know, there's no point to judge it, especially because a lot of times it's hard to say who's fit to judge a battle. Like, there could be two experts on something and they completely disagree. Like, I could talk to like Pat Stay about a battle and completely have a different opinion, even though we're both, you know what we're talking about. It might not, you know.
Sure.
So judging is really a strange thing. And if you can go back over time and watch old battles that you like, when you watch it the first time, you're like, man, that dude won. And then a year later you watch it like, nah, actually, he got his ass whipped if I'm thinking about it.
What would you think is your favorite line you've ever spit?
I guess I'll go back to the Catholic rapper dude. I was like, so either, it was talking about Catholic shit, and I was like, so either act right or get smacked like a bitch. Get thrown on Noah's Ark and I capsize the ship. I know you want a splash line, so my splash line is this. After this battle, it's bath time, I'm gonna baptize this bitch. Splash is like my little catchphrase shit or whatever I say at the end of rounds. That's one that came to mind. It's probably not my favorite, but something good.
Fresco, Fano, King of the Dot, Mouse Media Productions.
Yeah, good shit. Fucking check out 2017, my project with Soul Eternity. Follow Twitter at Fresco Clean. Yeah, man, check it out. 2017 shit. Weight Watchers, Team PVC, all that.